first favorite, February favorite, my first February favorite and favorite TV, one of my favorite TV shows of my what English. Anyways, guys, another video, another favorites video. I'm really excited about this one. I'm gonna be sharing some of my media favorites for the very Dad, I'm filming. Hey friend, and welcome back to the most inconsistent channel on YouTube. It is me, Sim, here at the Sim of all trades. So happy to have you back for another video. Not gonna lie, in a little bit of pain. It is my time of the month. Can literally, I'm over it. It's fun. Everything is fun. I'm like 1000% hot. Everything is fun. It's fun. Anyways, as I said, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another favorites video. Today we are doing our February favorites. It is the first week of a new month. Happy March, everybody. Last March was rough. It was the beginning of basically what we could have thought of as the end. But I think, yeah, I like to think of it as it was the beginning of a new sense of humanity amongst us, hopefully. I think we have learned a lot this last year and we'll rise again. We will. Unless aliens come and then we're screwed. I am going to be sharing some of my media favorites for the first time in this video, and then I'm also going to be sharing a little bit of my counseling journey. So grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, or because it's 1000 degrees, grab something cold. I have water because my hydration intake is not that good. H2O intake, sorry, it's not that good. So grab whatever you're gonna drink, let's settle in and let's have a good time together. Oh, I'm so excited about these favorites. Just want to start by saying that in order to not forget things, I've actually written them down. Okay, let's get started. As I said this time, words. As I said, for the first time, I'm going to be sharing some of my media favorites, and by that, I mean some of my favorite TV shows. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I do not have Netflix. Don't at me. I just haven't gotten an account yet. I'm very much resisting leaning into that situation. I will eventually get one, I'm sure, but for now I don't have a Netflix account. And to be quite honest with you, I've been enjoying not binging shows and just watching one a week. It's kind of kept up the excitement of like, oh yes, it's my show this week, or tonight or whatever. And I've also just been enjoying kind of exploring a lot of more British television through watching it on DSTV. I'm not gonna lie, it's been one of my favorite things about being stuck at home. Okay, so let's get into it. My first February favorites, and also one of my favorite TV shows of February, happens to be Agatha Raisin. Oh my goodness, you guys, this show is everything British dramedy is. It's funny, it's dramatic, it's a murder mystery TV show. It has a female private she's not even a private, she's basically a busybody and quite nosy, but she solves murder cases, and it's just incredible, and she does it with all this humor and sass and really colorful clothing, and it's just, I love the show. I think that it's she's kind of what I want to be when I'm older, you know, like a neighbor that solves crimes for my neighbors. I love the show because it has that kind of dry, witty British sense of humor. Every time the show plays, I am so absorbed in it. I'm like, I want to solve the murder before she solves it, or I want to solve the crime before she solves it. But at the same time, I also want to go on this incredible journey with her, where she's just getting into all sorts of trouble, getting in the cops' ways, being really nosy about her neighbors, getting in her neighbor's way, but all in this desire that she has to help her neighborhood and to solve these crimes. I highly recommend this show. Okay, so the next show that's been one of my favorites in February is also a British TV show. It is called 10 Years Younger in 10 Days. Guys, I love a makeover show. I do. I'm always like, you know, you're great the way that you are, because I am all about that positive self-talk and all about self-love. But I also enjoy people being pushed out of their comfort zones, being able to see themselves in new ways, being able to kind of have the opportunity to become their best selves. And this show does that in 10 days. 10. Okay, granted there are a few things about the show that I'm not a fan of, but a lot of the time it's just these people who have gone through so much, just wanting to have confidence in themselves. It's not like they want to become different people, they just want to be able to love themselves again and have confidence in being out in the world again. And I think that the way that the show approaches self-love and approaches just style and your facial features and dentistry and the whole concept of makeovers is just so holistic and so beautiful. And what I love always is at the end when they reveal the person's new look to that person, there's always just, it's super tearful, it's very tearful. But I think the one thing that I love about the show is that people always come out believing in themselves more. And not just in their looks, but in themselves as people. But this one is really great. So check it out. 10 years younger in 10 days. The makeovers are so good, guys. I cry every single time. Every single time a person is revealed, I'm like, okay. Next favorite is also a British TV show. I'm on like a British TV show trip. But this one is on BBC and it's on BBC Nature. And this show is just, it's been one of my all-time favorites for like a year now, but it recently re-aired on TV and oh, guys, it's so great. This show is called Where the Wild Men Are with Ben Fogle. Guys, Ben Fogle is one of my heroes. If I had to meet him, I would probably cry. I think that everything that Ben stands for, mental health, being fit, which is great, whatever, taking care of your family, speaking out about toxic masculinity, just covering people's adventure, covering people's lives, he is awesome. But this show, what I love about it is he goes into these places, into these people's homes around the world of people who live alternative lifestyles, who don't live necessarily the way that society thinks that we should live. A lot of these people live off of the grid. And if you know anything about me, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, you will know that I'm ready to move into a tiny house in the woods and just be like, peace out humanity. I want to live here at the animals. I want to be like Cinderella, you know, talking to the mouse, getting dressed by the birds, kind of a vibe. That's the vibe I'm going for. But this show, I love it because each and every single person that Ben interviews and he meets, the families that he meets who live off the grid, who have adopted an alternative lifestyle, who are really just about changing their footprint, their eco footprint on the world, but also living in a way that is so self-sustainable that they don't have to rely on society or on government or on other people. They're very self-reliant, very self-sustainable, and also it's just this, they want to make the world a better place by not taking from it and rather giving to it. Every person that I think he's met on the show has been just so inspiring. I have a few favorite episodes. One of my favorite episodes is when he meets Randy. She is a Norwegian woman who was the first Norwegian woman to climb Mount Everest, and she actually helped him because he also climbed Mount Everest. She gave him some really good advice. She lives on her own little island. What's not to love about that? And she also helps people who are former drug addicts or alcoholics, and she kind of has this very holistic approach to recovery. She just looks after people when they come to her island, but she's also so content in just being alone. I think one of the things that I also love about this show is that it shows you that it doesn't have to be hard work to be sustainable, and it doesn't have to be hard work to choose a different way to live. And I learned a lot from the show about sustainability. I highly recommend it. Just go ahead and watch Where the Wild Men Are with Ben Fogle. The last show that is in my February favorites is one that has been going on since 2018, but I only started watching now because it just started airing on, well, not just started airing, but it's re-airing on DSTV, and that show is called Black Lightning. You guys, You guys, I'm like, just, yeah, yes to this show, yes. If you are anything like me and you like Marvel, DC, I'm a Marvel person, but I don't mind DC, but you just love like superhero stuff, this show is definitely for you. It's definitely for you. There's not enough black superheroes on TV, number one, or in movies, but just having this one and watching it and just seeing all of the things that they go through, this show is fire, guys. It's actually fire. Like, it's so good. It speaks to the culture. It has an incredible lead. It has an incredible cast. It's an incredible story. You know, like I said, we don't often see a lot of black heroes, especially in terms of having TV shows that just center around them and their community. And this show has given me everything I've ever wanted about superhero movies or superhero TV shows. For me, it's inspiring and I've learned so much, but it also reminds me of why I love superhero movies and comics so much. It's because they remind us that even ordinary people can do extraordinary things for the world and for the community. This show gets a 10 out of 10, gets a 12 out of 10 from me. Please go ahead and watch Black Lightning. That's it for my TV shows. February favorite TV shows. Let's move on to the rest of my favorites. Okay, let's move on to the rest of my favorites. Gonna start with, where is this thing now? Gonna start with this pillow that I got from Mr. Price. Look at it, look at it. It is beautiful, it is quite big, it's really fluffy, which I love. And you'll never guess how much I got it from. I do not know what the original price of this was because I got it on sale and the lady took the tag off before I could see what the original price was. When I got there, the sale price was 70 rand. But guys, when I got to the till, she was like, oh yeah, this pillow is 20 rand. 20 rand. I got this for 20 rand and it's so cute. I'm wanting to redo my entire room in more neutral tones and this is the start of something new. I'm so happy, and it was only 20 rand. It just makes me so happy that it was only 20 rand. Okay, next, I just want to also say that I'm trying to buy more secondhand things instead of buying new, but I did buy a few new items last month, but I'm moving away from buying new things. But I saw these at Hub and I nearly passed out. I bought the set of gold and pearl earrings from the Hub. This is just one of them. I'm wearing a pair now. You can't really see, but I'll show you a better close-up image. Now I bought a bunch of these gold sea themed earrings from the Hub. The pack that I got, that had about, I think it had about 6 or 8 pairs of earrings in it. That pack was 80 rand. These were 15 and these ones were, come on, focus baby. These ones were 25 rand, I think. But I also wanted jewelry that kind of made my melanin pop, you know what I mean? And gold does that. I've actually never been a fan of gold jewelry, but as like the older I get, I'm more like, give me all the gold. Just give it to me. Just give me all the gold. And I will try and link them below if I can find them online, but they are just available at your Hub. Go and find it. A lot of them are on the sale section, and if they're not, they're just there. Next is also another thrifted item, but obviously you can get this one new, and that is The Lord of the Rings. Guys, I am such an LOTR fan. I almost prefer The Lord of the Rings over Harry Potter. I love J.R.R. Tolkien's writing. I've read The Hobbit a few times. I was so happy. I actually read halfway of The Lord of the Rings of a friend of mine, a copy of his, but to have my own copy is just so exciting. And it's also like a really beautiful one. It obviously has, inside is a brown hardcover with the symbol, the LOTR symbol in gold, which I am, okay, then you can also see it there. There we go. Which I am completely obsessed with. I don't know how much this retails for. I will probably link a newer version of this book in the description below, but I managed to get this for 50 rand. You heard right. Yeah, 50 rand. So my next favorite is probably my second favorite of February, maybe my second favorite of all time, and that is my little moon lamp. Oh, you guys, it's this cute little night light. It is just so cute. I don't know where I first saw this night light, but I remember my friend Keenan telling me that he got it for his wife Bianca, and he ordered it off Take A Lot, and I was like, a moon lamp, that sounds really cool. I read a lot at night, and my overhead light, it's fine, it's not too dark, I can read by it obviously, but sometimes I like to, but it's just such a schlep getting out of my bed at night to go and switch off the light. So having this by my bedside means that I can read at night without having my overhead light on, and also it's just beautiful ambiance. It's such a beautiful ambiance. I love I'm gonna switch it off so you can maybe see the color. No, I'll do a little bit more of a close-up just now. I love it, and also it changes, it has a little remote and it changes colors. Are you ready? Blue, red, green. Okay, you can't see it that much there, but another thing that I really love about this is that you can change the intensity. Look at that. And I just love it. I can read at night and it can look really cute and super aesthetically pleasing, but more than anything it is just perfect for lighting. Anyways, those are my favorites for February. I think I made some pretty good choices in terms of buying stuff, and the stuff that I thrifted, I think I also made some really excellent choices. I hope you've enjoyed listening and hearing about my favorites. I will try and link what I can in the description below, but for now let's move on and let's talk about my counseling journey thus far. Okay, I'm going to do a very quick recap of counseling so far. I might do another video that's a little bit more in depth, but I just thought I would give you a recap of how it's been going. I started doing counseling about a month ago. Yeah, it's been a month, and it's been really good. Honestly, it's obviously very draining. I think that when you have to emotionally unpack a lot of things, it can be very hard, but it's also been really good in terms of helping me with my focus, in terms of helping me with dealing with my emotions, helping me not to just be a reactive person, which is something that I very much am, and rather taking the time to think about my response. I think obviously like this is a long-term journey for me, and the reason why I decided to pursue counseling is I just had a really hard time mentally last year, and literally my only goal for this year was to work my way back towards good mental health. My counselor is really amazing. She's excellent. I'm very like there was a God-ordained thing that we had, that we were paired up, and I'm so grateful for her. She's so patient, she's so kind, and she also asks me some really hard questions. She gives me homework, which I also love because it just helps me to remember what we spoke about in my session, and then also to maybe repeat some of the exercises she might have given me. One of the things that I've done because of counseling is be more patient with myself in terms of the stuff that I'm doing in my life, so being okay with taking my time and working to not feel like I'm behind everybody else. And then it's also really just helped me to evaluate my emotions. So like if something happens, instead of just reacting emotionally, I do obviously sometimes because I'm a human being, but then afterwards being like taking breaths and being like, okay, if this happens again, how will I respond? I've also unfortunately taken a step back from a lot of my emotional commitments to other people, and that has also really helped me. It's been amazing. It's been really great. It's obviously very, very hard, but I want to advocate for people. I advocate for people knowing their mental health status. and we really should know, because we live in a very, very volatile world. So knowing your mental health status is, one, really important. Two, helps you to succeed and live a better, and to live in the world, because sometimes that can be the most difficult thing, is just showing up in the world. Since it is March and it's been 1 year since the pandemic began, I just want to remind you to find somebody to talk to. We've all lost a lot of things. We've lost a lot of people during this time. Our dreams and our lives have had to be on pause, and we grieve those things. But I just want to remind you to try and find someone to talk to, even if it's just being like to your friends, I need a place to vent. I need a place to speak about how I'm feeling and what I'm going through. Find people who will support you in this journey, and in turn be a supportive friend and family member to those around you. Whew. I'm about to get emotional, but it's fine. That is it for me for this video. I hope you've enjoyed my February favorites and listening to a little bit of my counseling journey. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. I think it's going to be a thrift flip, but I'm not sure. I don't have my notes on me. I pray and hope that you have had a really great week, and that you'll have an excellent, restful weekend. Thank you again for joining me. Remember that no one is you, and that is your power. I will see you in the next video, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because that's what makes this world go around. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Calling on Mondays overdue.